Voices of the 21st Century is Women Speakers Association's annual collaborative book. We're just only 3 months away from the launch of our seventh book, which is entitled Voices of the 21st Century, Women Empowered Through Passion and Purpose. And many of our Voices of the 21st Century authors have chosen to contribute stories in multiple books over the years. And thus they have become repeat best-selling authors. Some of them have also written their own books or in the process of, and have begun to be bestsellers as well. So I thought I'd bring on some of these multiple best-selling authors for you to hear about their journey and what the advantages are of being a repeat best-selling author has. So let's go say hi to our authors. Hi, Natasha.
Hi, my name is Natasha Williams. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I am the creator and founder of Boss Ladies TV. I have been in 3 of the Voices of the 21st Century books, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you too. Thanks. And hi, Melissa.
Hi, Laura. Hi, everybody. My name is Melissa Rowe, and I'm in Ottawa, Canada. I'm a life coach, and I've been in 2 Voices of the 21st Century books. And I'm also in the process of writing my own book, which is called Unstoppable, a journey of determination and resilience.
Resilience. Nice. Thank you, Melissa. And hi, Karen.
Hi, Laura and ladies. I'm Karen Joan Watson. I'm a writer and artist living in the Ottawa area of Canada. And I've been in 2 of the books, 2 of the Voices books. And at the moment, I'm in the process of writing a mystery novel. So
very exciting. So what I want to hear from each of you, and we'll start over with Natasha here, is why, in the first place, did you choose to participate in more than one of the Voices of the 21st Century books?
That is an absolute fabulous question, because on my bucket list, being a best-selling author was one of the items. And when I ran into the Women Speakers Association, and I found out that you guys had a collaborative book program, and at the time when I signed up, you were already an international best-selling author. And so I said, you know what? Why recreate the wheel? Just go with the people who know how to do it. And so my first experience was so amazing that I decided to just come back for the second book. At first I said, okay, I already ticked that item off my bucket list. Why do more? It's the titles. Like the subtitles of these books, I mean, are always on point on what we're going through in the global market as women. And so you keep sucking me back in. So I love every journey, and I'm glad to be here for the 4th one.
Oh, we love that you're here. And specifically, I see the books in the background, The Voices of the 21st Century, Women Transforming the World. That was the title of one of them that you were in. And the other one I see is The Voices of the 21st Century, Conscious Caring Women Who Make a Difference. So yeah, those titles really are compelling, right? Great. Okay, so Melissa, I would like to hear from you as well. Why did you choose to participate more than one time in the Voices of the 21st Century books?
My first time around was an opportunity and a test. I needed to prove to myself, number one, that I could write and that I could be published. And so I achieved that. And the second time around was to add to the fact that I did prove to myself that I could do it. So now do it. And the process was fantastic. For me, the training, the professionalism of the people who did the training, and the support of women. I mean, imagine being in a space with women in 120 countries. That is so amazing. I've not been in books like this, anthologies before, but it was nothing. The process was nothing like this.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a transformative process for you. It really provided something. Yeah.
Very, very much so. It's transformed my life.
In what way?
In the sense that I have decided to take time out of taking care of other people and take care of myself by writing my books, and also the with a vision of supporting other women who I know have fantastic stories and to be told, but they're not either not ready, willing, or able to do that. And so I want to support them in terms of showing them that I have done it, and here's the proof, and so you can do it as well, and I'm there to support you.
Awesome. A transformative journey is truly inspiring. And then, Karen, I would love to hear from you. Why did you choose to participate in the Voices of the 21st Century books more than once?
Well, the first time I had a story to tell about surviving open heart surgery with a congenital birth defect and the caregiving that I got and the self-care I had to learn. And then there was the opportunity with the next book. That was about resilience. The next book that was coming out so that was the resilience book. And this one here was Conscious Caring Women. And by then I was more of a caregiver. So the other side of the coin. And I wanted to tell the story about my mother's memory loss and how we coped with it and how all the lessons we learned from her. So this was a great opportunity with a much wider audience than I would normally have access to. And as Melissa said, it's just amazing having this community of sister co-authors. And we've been trained to understand the process in a way that I can't picture all of it being in one place, except with Voices of the 21st Century. It was great.
And to that end, I want to let all of you know, and I'm putting all of you on screen because I want to acknowledge you and all of the voices of the 21st century authors for the stories and the vulnerability you're willing to share. I just received feedback from a woman who was gifted one of the books, and she said, I'm so impressed with these stories. They are truly transformative and life-changing. I really appreciate reading them. So the fact that you've been in more than one means you're making a difference with more people because they're getting distributed all around in duplicate, but in different stories. You have more to offer everyone. So from our point of view, there's a huge advantage for the reader to have more than one story out there. So thank you for that. So then I wanted to know, what has being a best-selling author done for you, Natasha?
It has been such an amazing journey. First of all, the network. You not only are in a network of your fellow sister authors, but then it's like all of the sister authors that came before. And so just with the whole association and the sisterhood, I mean, no matter, we're all in different businesses and it's a collaborative effort. And if you need somebody, say if you have a podcast or like I have a television network, which I have show hosts, there's a multitude of sisters already out there with amazing journeys and stories to share. So I love it because of the network and also the credibility it gives you. By being an international bestselling author, people take you seriously. You automatically become an expert in your field, even though you probably were already an expert, but then people believe it more. You don't have to prove yourself. The book proves it for you. And so with just those, I mean, it's opened up a lot of doors and a lot of meetings that were more easily gained than would have been if I had not been an international bestselling author. And plus, everybody thinks that you're famous. Especially overseas. When I travel a lot. I've been to 60 countries. And when I have the book, they're like, oh, who's this? Miss Williams. And you get a lot better treatment. So it's been a wonderful journey. Dream come true.
That's fabulous. And it brings a lot of joy to see our authors really shining in the light of their bestseller authorship. Melissa, do you want to add and say what has being a best-selling author done for you?
For me, it's about the connections and the network, the opportunity to network with other women and to have to gain support. It's also forced me it's just kind of shoved me out of my comfort zone in the seat that I've been sitting for years. And so that has allowed me to move and start writing my own book. So it's given me an opportunity to participate, to connect, to form partnerships, but it also has allowed me to do my own thing and put my foot where my mouth is, so to speak, because everybody's asking me, where's the book? And I'm saying, here's the book.
Beautiful thing. Yes, you've done it. You've accomplished so much. So congratulations. Karen, how about you? What has being a best-selling author done for you?
Well, as Melissa said, it's really nice to have accomplished something with women who support each other. And as Natasha said, it does provide credibility. And it's fun to know that I'm a best-selling author. It gives me a little lift whenever I think about it. And it's a good start because it's a collaborative process. It's not just the book coming up, it's all the lead up to it, which is a wonderful, wonderful training, getting to know each other, supporting each other. And in fact, I have a partnership with my co-author, Melissa. We have been involved in readings at libraries and bookstores, and we're preparing for virtual readings online. So this has given us a friendship as well as a shared language.
Oh, that's so brilliant. You know, when you're in the same city, you can do things with your sister authors that bring more visibility, more credibility.
Yeah.
And so that's what I wanted to point out from the very first thing you said, Natasha, to what both Melissa and Karen said was these books, we don't just put authors in these books. We bring them together month after month to collaborate. You're in a group, a Facebook group, year after year, even if you've only been in one book. And these are the 6 books so far. Yeah, it's almost hard to hold. I'm gonna have to get like a bookshelf to put them on behind me so you can all see them. But they really are pieces of art, and they are collaborative, because most people call them anthologies, and technically, yes, it is. But our process is that of creating a collaborative book. And so I mean, I'd like you all to add, and Natasha, you could start. What would you recommend, or would you even recommend other people who are authors, existing voices of the 21st century authors, come in for a second time? And if so, why?
You know what? For me, the reason why I have been in 3 of the books and going on my 4th one that's coming out in February next year is because the titles always seem to correlate to whatever I'm working on or going through in my life. And so I would say if an author was just in one book, check out what the title is for the next one, because the theme of that book may resonate with what you're working on. I mean, for me, they have been on point. That's why I can't say no to everyone. And the one that's coming out in February, oh my goodness, it is straight on. So I would just say, stay in the loop. Even if the WSA is very collaborative, and if you have been in like book number 3, come back and see what book number 7, because these books are getting better and better and better. And the covers are beautiful. The covers are beautiful. So I would just say, check it out. And if you've never been in one, you are missing out. This is a way to up-level yourself instantly, guaranteed. Check it out.
I can't stress that enough, that one of the things we do as this collaborative book is we focus on quality and making it beautiful. We're not slapping a book out there. We know you've worked hard on your story. We work hard on the presentation of the book for you. So, Melissa, what would you say to someone? Would you recommend them joining the book for the second time? And if so, why?
The first answer is yes. I would recommend it to anyone who, whether they've been in the books before or they are at, or if they're ready to take that step. Because sometimes it's some of us are ready, some of us are able, some of us would like to, but we just is not at that space yet. So if they are at that space, yes, go for it. There's no better place to be in writing a book. And I have written a book in several other books outside of these 2 books, And as I've said before, there is no better place for writing collaboratively and getting support and training to share your stories. There's no better place to share your story. And so, yes, I would encourage and invite others to do that if they're ready, and that's the space. This is the space for them if they're ready to do that.
You make an extraordinary point, because this is the space to do it, because we have 45 other authors promoting your work, reading your work, acknowledging your work, and sharing it with their friends, family, clients, and who knows, whoever they speak to, who buys the book or acquires the book. So you never know who's going to get that message and who needs it right now. So thank you for that. So Karen, what about you? Would you recommend Voices of the 21st Century Authors doing it again?
Well, it's been a really positive experience for me. And I'll just mention that it's easier the second time around because you get to sort of review the training you've had. You get to reapply it. You don't have to start at zero. But even if you're starting at zero for your first time, the training is amazing. And it just was fulsome, I would say. But I found that because I had already had the opportunity to think about what groups I would reach out to promote the book and let people know that it was available. I'd already thought about the local press. I'd thought about my mailing list. I'd thought about social media. So I found the second time round was a little calmer for me. I knew I could do it. I knew I was part of a really good community. And so it was worth it. And you can build on what you've done the first time.
Totally.
Can I just mention too that the book feels so soft? So does this one. It just feels, I love the texture. That's all.
Yes, there is that suede, almost like paper suede feel to it. It's very thick and luxurious. So yeah, I'm glad you put that together. And Natasha, yeah, go ahead, Melissa.
Can I contribute? Can I say something? Is that in the these books, people who purchase the book know you have an idea of who you are before they even open the book, because it is a recognition of every author's name and then their picture and their bio on the back. Not many, I haven't seen any other collaborative books, anthology, whichever name we use, have that. So for me, that is also quite powerful, to be on the cover of the book with the famous Gail Watson, who's the CEO of WSA, and to have a few words about me. So I think the recognition. You go into a bookstore and we all say we don't judge a book by the cover, but we do. And so when you go in and you pick up, you want to see that book, you say, oh, I like that one. And then you turn it over and there's a picture of the people who are in it. I think that's also a really positive and powerful part of.
Would agree. And some of you were holding up. Why don't you show the front or the back of your book where you have your picture?
Yeah, the back of the
and
book.
that and then you have your name on the front of the books that you personally order and sell directly. So that is a very, very unique feature of a anthology. That's another reason we call it a collaborative book, because everybody gets their own space and on the covers. It's really, really fabulous. So,
and you get this, Laura.
Oh, yes. And
that international hurt. That doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt either. Exactly. So I have a wrap-up question for all of you. So we've been talking about being a repeat best-selling author, but what would you give, what advice would you give to someone who's on the fence about even writing a story in the book? And I have to highlight before you answer that, Joan, that I had the same experience. It got easier the second time around, and the third time and the fourth time, because I knew now how to think about getting a story, or that title, like you said, Natasha, was like, oh, transformation. I definitely know what I'm going to write. Oh, passionate powerful women, oh, I know who I'm going to, what I'm going to write about. It helped to guide us. So what advice would you give? And Natasha, you can go first, to someone who's on the fence about contributing a book. Maybe they don't feel good enough at their writing, or they're just afraid to go through the process.
You know what I say? I say, just do it. It doesn't hurt to just try it once. Try it once. So you have a whole team holding your hand, because, the way we grow is by stepping out of our comfort zone and doing it. If you never even take the chance, why? You don't have to take it alone. You have a whole team with you. It is so easy. They make it so much fun. They hold your hand throughout the process. If you don't even know what story in your life to write about, there's a brainstorming session for that. You will have it. You can contact me or any of the other authors in the book, and we will tell you about the process. And listen, I am the title expert. You can come to me. I'll help you generate a title. Just do it. You can't grow if you don't stretch yourself, and you have nothing to lose but everything to gain. And you will keep yourself a year from now if you don't do this. Just do it.
Nice. I'm with you there. Thank you so much. Not Joan, Melissa, let's hear from you first. What advice would you give to someone who's on the fence?
I agree with I agree with everything that's been said. For me, I start with the space of readiness. Are you ready to write? Because we're not always we ready, able, and willing. And it doesn't matter what I say. If you're not in that space, then you're not going to shift out of your comfort zone and where you are. And as much as I'm selling it and may even give you a copy of the book, you will thank me for it, and you will read it, and I will ask for your feedback. But you have to be ready to write that chapter. And if you are, I say this is the space to do it, because the support is there, the training is there, everything you need to do it is there, as long as you're ready.
What would you say is the hallmark of being ready? How would someone know if they're ready?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that, because I wasn't sure if I would put that in the space. I think not everyone can afford to, not everyone can have the financial means to write in a collaborative book, because it's not a free service. You do have to be able to afford to do that. I think that's a big one for many people. And the other one is confidence. Believing that you can write a chapter, and that it's going to go out there and other people are going to see it, and that's pretty scary for a lot of people. And so the confidence and the esteem and all of those, without the self-doubt, which is what I work with women, and that they have a lot of this. So people have to be in that space to really be able to write as beautiful as it seems and as comfortable as I'm explaining it to be, and the experience that I've had, how powerful it was. You have to be able to experience that, and you have to be ready to do that.
Yeah. And confidence to me doesn't mean free of fear. It means being willing to step out of a comfort zone and being willing to be supported. So knowing that it's all going to work out. So if you're willing to be supported, you probably have enough confidence. And, we don't want money to be the obstacle. Yes, you need to have money, a little bit of money, but we will make payment plans and help you through that. So we want to help you get ready in that way. All right. So Karen, tell us what advice you would give to someone who's on the fence about contributing a story.
Well, my two other co-authors have made really good points, because you have to find a little bit of bravery in yourself to tell a personal story. What I really found helpful, because I wasn't ready, Melissa, the year before I participated. So you're talking about readiness. And I talked with Gail Watson, who is an incredible mentor. And she is available, I believe, to talk to people when they're thinking about it. And she was just so encouraging and so specific about, yes, she knows every woman has got many stories to tell. And she's in the business of making sure we have a way to share them and to do it with quality, because we get edited by a professional editor. We are encouraged by each other to read each other's pieces beforehand. And once you get that first shipment of books, oh, it's such a feeling of accomplishment. Did I mention how soft they are? And you continue to have this community of co-authors, and we do it together.
Yeah, we do it together. And that's the beautiful thing, is that we are a community. And if you were looking for a community to collaborate with, to grow with, and to succeed because you have that support, I would do exactly what you said, Karen, which was to apply and have that conversation and determine together if you're ready. Because like Karen, you might be ready next year, and you can we can establish that now and get the ball rolling, so it doesn't become something that never happens if you're feeling called to share your story. Yes.
I just want to also mention that the friendships that you make, not just writing, not just about writing, but about our life's experiences. There's a friend in London, Kate Tuitt, who I stay in touch with. There are various people who have met. I support Natasha's Boss Ladies TV channel whenever I get a chance, and I see it on social media. And as I said, Melissa and I have found a really nice in-person collaboration that we do, and by Zoom, and not just about our writing, but about life.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
So we can't wait to welcome more authors in. Please go check out voicesofthe21stcentury.com. Learn more about our process. Put your hat in the ring to at least talk with Gail. You put an application in first, and Gail will send you a booking calendar link, and you will talk. So there's no commitment up front other than to say, I want to learn more and I want to talk to somebody about it. And that's also another differentiator about the voices. So yes, was there?
Gail will not convince you to do it. Gail supports you in going deeper and listen to hear if that is really what you want to do. She's just such a fantastic. For me, I find that she can take your words and put them in the meaning that you really want to have them be, but she doesn't force you to do anything. She's just such a support, because when I was doing mine, I was in a stuck space as well, and we got out of that space. Norva and we had met with her, and we got out of that space, and we were in we were in that very nice book. So it's it's a process.
It is a process. So we welcome you in. Please feel free to visit voicesofthe21stcentury.com. Look for our forthcoming book, Voices of the 21st Century, Women Empowered Through Passion and Purpose, coming February 6th. And we look forward to transforming many lives. Take care. Thank you, Natasha, Melissa, and Karen. We will see you next time. Bye for now.